What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go. All right. We're back at it, ladies and gentlemen. We got another brand new for you tonight. How's that right now?
It's good, Rich. It's that time of year again.
Oh yeah,
we got playoff season.
Yeah, we got hockey playoffs. We got NBA playoffs kicking off with these playing games. Baseball in full effect.
Yeah, I kind of like this. A little bit of a later start in the playoffs this year for both basketball and hockey. It's kind of nice to last night sat outside, watched the the Celtics game. It's nice. It's good. I like it.
I mean, let's get right to it, man. How you feeling about your Celtics, man? They you're a little scared against Washington, but Westbrook cooled off. Your boy Tatum pulled out the 50-piece, and you guys locked in that 7 seed. Looks like you guys gonna be playing Brooklyn.
Yeah, they started well. They kind of hit a little lull there when the benches came out to play in the second quarter, and then they came out after half, and Tatum had something to prove. He didn't want to go home yet, and he did it in a better way than he scored before. I thought he got to the hoop, he hit 17 free throws. He was getting the calls. He was he still took 10, 12 threes, hit 5 of them, but I thought that it was a lot more of a scoring type game for him, where he's getting to the hoop, changing the game that way. So yeah, I thought it was a big game for him, proving that he can do that. He's done it a few times this year now, especially in a not a win or go home game, but a game that they didn't really want to lose if they wanted to continue the season. So yeah, I thought Kemba had a little hop in his step. They looked a little bit better. I mean, I still think that beating Brooklyn would be a monumental task, but you get into the tournament and you never know what happens. What if KD gets hurt, or one of those guys goes out for a series? You never know what can happen, right? So they're in there. I'm not expecting a ton, but it's nice to have a playoff series.
So what do you think? Like the Celtics can get 2 games, 3 games?
I think they can. I think they can get 2. I think it's going to be a 4-2 series. Going to Brooklyn ultimately.
Okay. But do you think this puts Brad Stevens on the hot seat? I mean,
I do not. No, I don't think he's on the hot seat yet. And I think you if anyone's on the hot seat, it might be Danny Ainge a little bit. Not making it. And I'm not saying you have to make huge additions every year, but I felt like they kind of ran it back and they got a little worse. I feel like every year they've been kind of losing some talent that they haven't been replacing. And I know Jalen and Jason have been getting better, but losing Horford and Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, I mean, those are 3 pretty good players, and they never really replaced them. I mean, Kemba came in, but Tristan Thompson has been a little bit of a disappointment this year. So I don't think Brad's in the hot seat yet, but I think if they can make some key additions, they need a point guard. They need a Chris Paul type of a point guard, a leader. Kemba's more, we talked about it here before, but Kemba's more of a shooting guard, shoot first point guard. They need to get someone in there that can facilitate, move the ball around. If they can do that, I think that you start looking at Brad in 2 to 3 years. If Jason and Jalen keep getting better and they still can't do anything, then I think that's when you start to turn to Brad.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where you guys go from here as far as off season, what you guys look to do to improve the team, and if you guys can get back to that top seed in terms of being one of the top teams to get to the East Finals.
Yeah, I mean that's always the plan, right? I think it's going to take them a little work. They're going to have to make some key additions and maybe make a couple of trades here, and then like I said, Jason and Jalen got to keep progressing.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, one nice thing out of this, maybe the last 2 months, month and a half of the season, although the Celtics didn't play well, is Tatum showed he can take over a game. I think there's only been Larry Bird had 4 50-point games, and I think 50-plus point games, and Tatum's already at 3. So having a guy like that is huge in these, especially in these playoff games.
Yeah, I like what he did the other night. I mean, he's definitely gonna have to come out more aggressive against the Nets. Kind of like he took the first 6 shots. Him demanding the ball. I mean, he was 17 from the free throw line. So I mean, he was definitely going to the rack and drawing contact. I like to see that more out of him. Going forward.
Yeah, he needs to keep playing that way. And if he can keep getting the calls on the drives of the hoop, I think it'll I think he'll want to do it more and not settle for the step back 3-pointers and things like that.
Oh yeah. So I mean, we'll see what happens when you guys play Brooklyn in the next few days, and then it looks like Washington is going to be playing the win Indiana, because they won the 9-10 matchup, and then that team will be the 8th seed. Winner of that game is going to be playing the 76ers in the first round, and then out in the West, I mean, right now we got the Grizzlies playing the Spurs. Looks like Memphis might be running away with this. I mean, it's still kind of early, but it looks like Memphis came to play today. And then right after that, we got the Lakers and the Warriors. How you feeling about that game?
I mean, it should be an all-time single game, playoff type experience. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. It's a late game, obviously, for us, but how often do you get, Steph, LeBron in a one-gamer? Winning team, gets the lock in the playoffs. And I'm not really worried about either team. I think that either team that loses tonight can beat Memphis or San Antonio. But yeah, it should be a good one. Two guys who, perennial MVP candidates, carry their team. Really, two of the biggest stars of the past 10 years or so. Should be a fun one.
Oh yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like both teams will get in, but it's always that what if factor. I mean, being that it's one game, it's kind of like the March Madness of NBA. So, I mean, what would happen if the Lakers were to lose both games and not get in the playoffs? I mean,
there'd be a rule change next year.
Yeah. If it happened to the Warriors, I think it would be a huge problem. But I think if it happened to the Lakers, it would definitely be a big problem.
Yep. No, because I think that the Lakers, are still a championship favorite. I as good as the Warriors are, I just don't think that they can sustain all through the playoffs with the team that they have. I mean, they really need Steph to just be out of his mind, and I just don't think he can do that for that sustained amount of time. I would imagine LA throwing 2 to 3 guys at him all night tonight.
Yeah. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Steph can stay hot, and how long can he stay hot for? Because he had that streak during the season where he was raffling off in a month like 4 or 5, 6 40-point games. When he gets hot, he gets hot.
He really does.
Because I mean, imagine even if either team finishes at the 7 or 8, I still like the Lakers and the Warriors to possibly beat either Utah or Phoenix. I don't think those teams are proven yet. Donovan Mitchell he's still hurt. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back fully for the first round matchup. So I think that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that should be that's a big wild card too. I mean, I think either of these teams could take out the Jazz, to be honest. But yeah, I think we gotta wait and see what Mitchell's status is and how it looks. Oh
yeah, and then outside of that, your boy Zion, man, he said he's disappointed in the organization. He said they got I don't want to say disappointed, but he feels like they got a lot. They're far from close in terms of making that push to get to the playoffs. I thought that was interesting that he said that, considering this is the first full season.
Yeah, it is a little surprising that they're franchise guys coming out and saying that, but he probably likes it there, is my guess, and doesn't want to have to get up and leave already, or feel like Anthony Davis did, right? Like, they're not going to put anything around me, like it's just going to be me down here, and I'm just going to if I stay here my whole career, there's a good chance I don't win anything. So I think he's trying to get out early, get ahead of it, voice displeasure now so that they got time to kind of figure it out. Or he's gonna leave and go to New York.
Oh yeah, that's what we're hoping for. But I think a lot of players do that now. They stretch their, I don't want to say stretch, but flex their power as a superstar to see how the team reacts to it, what the team can do to get better, and bring in more talent, and then kind of so you can say make that decision in the future. When your contract is up, I talked about this, I talked about that, and they really didn't do anything. So I'm gonna make my move and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, look at Devin Booker did it, and they got CP3, and now they're the number 2 seed. So if you start early enough on these guys, sometimes they listen, and they don't want to. You don't want to lose a top 5 guy or Zion, who's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, I mean, speaking of top guys, they had the Hall of Fame. This past week, your boy KG got in with Kobe and Tim Duncan. Do you think this is one of the best Hall of Fame classes in a while?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty killer. KG, Duncan, Kobe. That's a lot of championships right there.
Yeah, they both got 5, and then Kevin's got 1.
Yep.
And then and Kim Mulkey got in too. She's got 2 or 3.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of firepower. Yeah, good class. Three kind of generational players right there. I don't know if there's been a better one. Definitely not recently, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best ones I've seen in a while, especially from a impact, position.
Yeah.
Those three guys during, their era were the top of the top.
Yep.
And then, I know they announced the next class. I was surprised Chris Bosh is going to get in.
Wait, was Chris Bosh in it?
Well, no, I think he's in the next year's class. I think he got nominated.
Oh, so those guys aren't in it that they talked about? I thought
Well, no, yeah, Kevin Duncan and Kobe are.
Yeah, but like Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I think the next year's class they're trying to get in is like Paul Pierce, Chris Bosh, forget who else, are some other people that they nominated.
Oh yeah, they're in. Chris, they're all in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's Bosh, Pierce, Ben Wallace, Chris Webber, and then coaches Rick Adelman, Bill Russell as a coach, Jay Wright, and then Yolanda Griffith and Lauren Jackson.
That's not a bad class either. But I mean,
no.
I think too bad. I mean, Chris Webber didn't win one. Only ones besides Paul and Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be an interesting class though.
Yeah, that's some decent names in there too.
Yeah, congratulations to those guys, especially Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I was kind of borderline on Paul for a while, but you look back and he had a pretty good career here in Boston.
Yeah, I think he's up there in scoring too. I mean, he got a championship.
He is, yeah.
He's multi-time All-Star. I mean, I don't think he was really noticed, those years in Boston because they really weren't that good when he was there early in his career. I mean, they were with him when they had him and Walker, but I mean, people really remember him for that big three.
Yeah. I remember when he came out and it was him and Anton Walker for a while, and then there was some kind of terrible years in there where after I think 03-04 went downhill and probably thought that was the end of Paul Pierce. I'll never forget I went to play pickup ball at Boyden one day at UMass, and I was wearing a Truth shirt, and this guy came up to me. He's like, "The Truth? That guy's dead. He's out of here." I was like, I don't know, man. He's not that old. He's in his late 20s. I mean, and then 4 years later, made a couple trades, and now you got the big three. Finished it out right.
And they said, "Did you call gas?" No, I called game.
I call game.
And then outside, I don't know if you've seen this big heated debate right now. They had Gilbert Arenas on the All Smoke podcast with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. They asked Gilbert Arenas about some stuff. He started talking about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown took offense to it. He's looking to fight, man. He's looking to bust these guys' heads open. Doesn't like what they said. I mean, what Gilbert said really wasn't that bad. He kind of mentioned, he talked about not necessarily Kwame being a bust, but mentioning that it was hard for him under Jordan, being 17 years old and dealing with the Jordan that we saw, in the Last Dance documentary, kind of wears out when he was, especially as a young kid. So, definitely didn't live up to the potential. But, I mean, Kwame still played for 12 years. So, I mean, that was interesting. Yeah,
he played for 12 years. He made almost $70 million. Had an okay career. I mean, obviously he had some high expectations coming out of high school. I still don't, as a professional athlete, like, I still don't buy this, like, Jordan was too tough on him. Like, man up a little bit, right? Take it personally. And I know it's probably what Jordan was trying to get him to do. He probably saw that he was a little soft and was like, maybe if I, am a little harder on him, he'll be like, hey, this is Michael Jordan. Like, I'm going to show him, right? Because that was what Michael did his whole career.
Yeah, but I think the fact that people didn't really know how Michael really was, like what the media portrayed him as, like a good guy, good basketball player like Mike, but behind the scenes, he was getting after guys.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe that was a little culture shock to them for those players that played with that played under him. When he was a GM or even when he played for a little bit for the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that changed. Maybe it came to the point where like, all right, this guy is not who I thought he was. And, depending on where you're from, you're like, this guy's not going to be disrespecting me like that. So pretty much what he's saying is going on deaf ears.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. That's a potential. I just feel like, I would take it personally and be like, I'm coming after this guy. Like, I'm going to show him. But, yeah, people are wired differently.
Yeah, that's definitely how it is. It doesn't seem like, especially with the younger generations, not to say they're softer, but some of the things we had to do growing up or witness when we grew up, they don't have that. They don't have that option to see.
Right. What about your Knicks? What are you thinking?
Oh, I like their matchup right now against Atlanta. I think that's a team we could definitely beat. I mean, I think our problem is going to be, if we get past Atlanta the next round on, who we face, one of those tougher teams. I like where we're at right now. I mean, Derrick Rose is probably second leading scorer off the bench, in the NBA right now. I like the way we're playing defense. I mean, this is kind of the first playoff experience for a lot of players outside of, Derrick Rose. He's been there before. Hopefully he can. It's going to be a great learning experience for our players like RJ. He just has to learn not to take those unnecessary shots sometimes. The other day he took a shot with a bad shot with 2 seconds left. He's just got to make some better decisions. But he's young. He's just turning 20, or he's getting ready to turn 21 actually. So I mean, it's going to be good for him. And then some, for some of the other players, and then get that New York hype back. I mean, everybody's excited for New York. The Knicks in New York, but outside of New York, everybody's excited for Brooklyn. So
yeah, I feel like you hear last week, I feel like everyone's forgot about Brooklyn. Everyone's all in on the Knicks again.
I mean, the Knicks haven't been in the playoffs since 2000? No, what was it? 2011 with Melo and Amari. I forget what year that was, but I mean, it's been a while. So I mean, I don't even think we won a playoff game since then. So, I mean, for us to have the opportunity to not only win a playoff game, but win a series, it's going to be great for the team, great for the direction of the organization, and probably give some second looks for players that are out there that are free agents to consider coming to New York.
Mm-hmm. I think that's two of the big things, right? Is getting some exposure, to other free agents around the league and other potential trade targets, and also getting the young guys some playoff experience. I think that goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 first-round picks in the draft, so I mean, we're moving in the right direction. So, I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Awesome, and it's like the hottest ticket in New York in a long time. Trying to get a playoff ticket to the Knicks game.
Yeah, they said the tickets are ranging anywhere from $250 to almost $9,000. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're not even fully opened up yet. So
no.
I mean, if they were to fully open up the arena, then it's gonna be a madhouse down there.
Yeah, well, San Antonio's already came back, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got it on right now.
That didn't take long.
No, and then outside I mean, not much in the NFL. I mean, besides, they put out the NFL schedule. Hopefully, Giants end up with double-digit wins this season. All depends on Daniel Jones. I got us at 12-5. If Daniel Jones messes us up, I mean, you guys know who to blame. How you feeling about your Jets this season?
It's gonna be a rebuilding year. Probably looking at 6-11. It's hard to tell. If Zach Wilson's starting day one, it could go either way. Yeah, I mean, they got some decent games. No Monday night games. A lot of guys on the Jets took that personally. Got the London game against Atlanta. They got some spots on the schedule they can win. They got some tough teams coming into New York with the Saints, the Bucks. It's NFC South this year for the Jets. So we get the Darnold Bowl to kick it off a week 1 in Carolina, and then the Patriots 2 times in the first 5 weeks is never enjoyable for anybody. But yeah,
might as well get it out the way.
Yeah, get it out the way. Yeah, probably. I'd say 5-6 wins maybe. Again, depending on how what they do, how Zach Wilson looks, and how ready he is, and how they kind of tailor the offense. I expect them to run similar to the Shanahan offense. They got McLaurin there, Shanahan's right-hand guy as the OC. So I'd expect a lot of these, the zone running scheme and not asking Wilson to do too much in year 1. But it's funny. It's I haven't watched anything football related in a while, and I was scrolling through something, and I saw these old Randy Moss clips. I'm like, man, I can't wait to watch football again in the fall. So you watch a little clip, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting season. As far as what's going on with the new free agents that's changed teams. There's potential quarterback trades. That happen. The swaps, potential possible move of Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's going to be, Dak is coming back. It's going to be interesting to see, what transpires, and can Brady, get another one? Can he repeat?
Yeah. So who do you think is going to be day one quarterback for Houston Texans? They just signed it.
Um,
They just signed Jeff Driscoll. So they have Driscoll, Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Finley, Davis Mills, the kid they drafted, and Deshaun Watson. Now they got 5 quarterbacks.
I think Tyrod Taylor.
I think Taylor.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. What's best for the team is to keep Deshaun away.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're pretty much in a rebuild, and you don't want. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Deshaun's great, but if he's on the field, you can win some games by accident with that roster. And I don't think they can afford to win games. It's pretty much gonna be like a tank season for them. I think this is the first season they'll have their first round draft pick. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and let alone if they were to trade Deshaun, you get another two picks for him. So now you're looking at 3 to 4 first round picks
Mm-hmm.
and possible next year's draft. That's a good starting point to rebuild from. And not to mention, a lot of free agents really don't want to go there based off the rumors about management.
Yeah, it's definitely an ownership. There's ownership challenges. It feels like all the stories about all the good people in the organization. Everyone's leaving. So yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I just think it's best for them to keep them away from the team. Kind of like what the NBA does when they get ready to trade a player.
Mm-hmm.
They tell them to stay home because pretty much we're going to trade you.
Yeah.
Because Deshaun's a competitor. I mean, if you put him out there, he's going to try to win the game.
Yep.
And you can't really afford to win games, especially if you want the first pick or a top pick. I mean, and not to mention if you're getting 2, 3, like I said, 2 to 3 picks, first round picks for him. There's
Mm-hmm.
teams that'll definitely trade for him.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, I'm sure the Giants would trade Daniel Jones and two of those first round picks for Deshaun Watson. Or I'm sure there's some other teams that wouldn't mind doing that.
Nope, that's for sure.
And then on to the PGA, about to kick off tomorrow.
Yeah, they're down in Kiowa Island, right off the coast there, South Carolina, right next to, right in, Charleston area. This is an interesting course. It's the ocean course. It's one of the more famous courses down south. It's a public course. It's expensive to get on. I was curious. It's about $450 a round, but you can get on it. Beautiful course. It's going to be the longest championship course played, I believe, in history.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long course, a tough course. There's a lot of bunkers. So and the one big kind of variable down there is the wind. If the wind is up, that course can play even longer than what it is. So it was up yesterday. They interviewed. I was watching an interview with Joel Damon, and they asked him like what a 5 handicap, which is a good golfer, what he would score on a day like today, and he said he'd be lucky to break 100. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for these guys. But excited to have major championship golf starting again. This is a good run. You get the 3 majors in the next 2 months here with the PGA, then the U.S. Open at Torrey, and then the British Open at Royal St. George's. But yeah, kicking it off down south tomorrow morning early.
Who do you like winning it? I know a lot of people are picking Spieth to win it.
Yeah, Spieth is the hot name. I think Rory's still he's still the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming off the win at the Wells Fargo a couple weeks ago. Played some good golf, driving the ball a lot better. Everyone likes Bryson because it's a long course. He can hit it far. I just feel like here you get penalized a lot harder for not hitting fairways. Whereas at the U.S. Open, you kind of only have to deal with rough. And you can kind of like, and he showed that last year at Winged Foot. You can drive it, and if you can gash it out of the rough, you can be okay with that strength. But this is a little different. There's some more interesting challenges that are going on with these guys. So I think he's up there. I took Xander Schauffele. He drives the ball well. He's a strong iron player, good short game. Putting sometimes fails him, but normally he's a decent putter. He's been close, he's been close. He was close at the Masters. He's been close the last couple of years. He's playing good golf, and the PGA's had a new major winner. I think like 4 out of the last 5 years or something like that. So I think this is a spot where Schauffele can break through. Another guy to watch out for is Tyrrell Hatton, another good ball striker, great putter.
I know there were some other people had like John Rahm and Justin Thomas too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Justin Thomas is always they're both always, threats to, Mm-hmm. I mean, I just, I think that there's guys that are playing better than them right now, but certainly they're up there. People like DJ. DJ's familiar with the course. He's from the area. He's battling a little bit of a knee issue, but yeah, I think it's a pretty open field. I think there's a handful of guys. Another guy, Daniel Berger, I'd watch out for. He's been playing really, really good golf. I think there's a lot of good value there in the below the Rory and Bryson if you're gambling this weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to come down to who can beat the field, so to say.
Yeah, I mean you just gotta have your short game's got to be on, because you're gonna miss greens. You're gonna have long shots into par fours. So you're gonna miss some greens. You got to be able to get up and down in this course with the wind whipping at you too, which isn't always easy.
Yeah, especially when going against the wind. It's on a rough course. That's a huge difference.
Yep, but it's a beautiful course. You get a chance to watch it. You should.
Oh yeah, so they're kicking that off tomorrow at 7.
Tomorrow at 7.
So I mean, it's gonna be a nice weekend of golf. I don't know if you want to get into MLB. Not much news besides Pujols going to the Dodgers.
Yeah, it was a weird kind of like series of events there. I mean, he gets cut by, or designated by LA Angels, and then the Dodgers pick him up, and I didn't really understand why the Dodgers were looking for him. I know
I don't know.
They're a little banged up, but he's really he's not going to play every day for you. More of a spot starting first baseman at this point. There's no DH in the NL, and I think that's a good, that's one of his big values. He can still kind of hit the ball a little bit. So if he's not DHing for you, got to kind of find a spot for him. But I thought it was just a weird move. Yeah,
maybe they got some injuries that they're thinking that's going to take longer to heal up for some people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they got him. But I mean, like you said, he didn't seem like somebody that fit their roster.
Right.
So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Well, one more thing on MLB. How about another no-hitter last night? So we are a month and a half into the season, and we have 5 no-hitters. That's it's a little crazy. I feel like the offense has been down this year. What do you think?
I can't say it's been down, but also you can also say our pitchers really getting better. Like back in the day, there weren't as many teams. Really only had like one or two like aces that would get you a guaranteed win. Now it seems like the pitching is pretty much overall like spread out.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't know. So I don't know if pitchers have really gotten better or if.
Yeah, it's probably a combination of that. All the sabermetric stuff that they use, all the shifts and things like that. Like I think it's probably a little bit of everything, but it's definitely turned into more of a pitcher's type game.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the pitcher has a better ability now with like analytics and all this stuff to be more of a chess player.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, you're getting guys' tendencies on what they swing at, what they don't swing at now, left-handed versus right-handed pitchers, versus left-handed and right-handed batters. I mean, it's a lot of like analytics. I feel like in the back end they help prepare pitchers for in game scenarios. With let's say a 3 balls, 1 strike, or different scenarios that these pitchers could work with now to be more efficient in game time decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if the overall hitting picks up. I mean, your boy, what's his name? Ohtani.
Ohtani.
Yeah, Ohtani. I was gonna pick him up too, but I was like, I don't know yet. And then I waited, and then I saw you, and you picked him up. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, he could. He's having like unbelievable year. I mean, he's leading the league in home runs, and he's leading the league in ERA. And he's batting. I think he's batting over 300. It's a Babe Ruth type year. I don't think the MLB's seen anything like it since Babe Ruth. And he's playing every day. And the other day, I mean, he came out of the game from pitching and he went into right field. It's crazy.
Yeah, I actually like it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if how many other players follow that suit, that kind of like dual action of somebody pitching and hitting. Yeah,
I mean it's tough because it's been so specialized, but now that you maybe have a guy that's showing you a little bit of a different way to do it. Maybe it opens the door for other pitchers to play on their off days.
And then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew for you. What you got for us today?
All right, so I'm gonna do two pieces here. So I want to get your take on something. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you a dish that we had. So
Hmm.
we made a mushroom risotto with
Okay.
a skirt steak. Um, so the mushroom risotto. So basically got about a pound and a half of cremini mushrooms, cut them all up. A little bit of butter, oil, salt, pepper. Fried them up while that was going on. Started cooking risotto. Anyone that knows anything about cooking risotto, it's definitely a labor of love. You know, Stirring the rice and continuing to fill the chicken stock and keep everything moving along. So it's definitely something you can't leave. So you got to keep on stirring. So kind of running back and forth with the mushrooms and running outside to throw the steak on the grill. Got a little hectic there for a few minutes. But yeah, so when the risotto's done, basically just threw some parm in there, tossed the mushrooms in, and then served it sliced with the steak. It was really good. It was delicious.
Oh, nice. What was that? What's the other thing you have for me?
So I'm not sure if we've done this, but I wanted to get your take on best fast food restaurant. Because for dinner tonight, what we did was we had Chick-fil-A,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, so I contend that Chick-fil-A has is the best fast food restaurant out there. So I wanted to get yours and Tom's take
Ooh,
and if you could take any fast food restaurant, what would it be, and what are you getting?
damn. I had Chick-fil-A for lunch too. But all right, here we go. Um, so I mean, it depends, man. It depends on like what you like. If you like nuggets, if you like chicken sandwiches, if you like French fries, if you like the
I'm
sauces.
saying you got to take it all into consideration on this one.
Damn, I'm gonna go with overall. I'm probably gonna go with. Oh man, it's either Wendy's or Sonic's for me.
Okay. What are you getting
The
at
reason,
what are you getting at Sonic when you go there?
all right, the reason being is because the you have more options when you go there compared to Chick-fil-A. Don't get me wrong, the chicken is great. The chicken
Mm-hmm.
sandwiches are great. Some of their breakfast stuff is good. The sweet tea and the lemonade is great. But let's say for Wendy's, I love Wendy's nuggets.
Okay.
They're some of the best nuggets to me. Their fries need some work. I love their
Yep.
burgers. Their burgers taste more natural to me compared to
Yep.
like McDonald's or Burger King and stuff like that. I do like the thing for me for Sonics is that they have. I mean, their breakfast is great. They got tater tots. I mean, they got great the mozzarella sticks. Their
Mm-hmm.
burgers are good. They got hot dogs, and then not to mention their shakes. I mean, they got
Yeah.
slushies. They got shakes. They got a happy hour for shakes.
I
So I
mean,
mean,
Chick-fil-A has some of the best shakes you can get at a fast food restaurant too.
yeah, but
Famous for the shakes.
but the thing is that Chick-fil-A is not open on Sunday. So like you're limited to 6 days out of the week, while these other places they're open 7 days a week and they're open later.
Mm-hmm.
So and some of them you can get breakfast all day. Chick-fil-A you can't get breakfast past 10:30. So
Mm-hmm.
that I mean those would be my top three. Chick-fil-A, Sonic's, and Wendy's. But it just depends on what you're really in the mood for, what you like. But I mean, I couldn't if I was stuck with one of those three for the rest of my life, I'd be happy. What about for you?
Yeah, I mean Chick-fil-A is my number one. I just think that they're, the food, the chicken sandwiches you can get today. Went with the grilled chicken club sandwich, which is phenomenal. So you can kind of stay on the healthy side if you want. Obviously their classic chicken sandwich with the pickles, and then the deluxe with the adding the cheese, lettuce, tomato. The spicy chicken deluxe is fantastic. I don't love going to fast food restaurants and getting burgers, but if I did, it would probably be Wendy's. Sonic, I always got the tots with cheese on them. Those are always good.
Oh yeah.
Mozzarella sticks were a must. But yeah, and when we lived in Texas, Whataburger was always really good, and they had a huge menu. Two for one, two tacos for $1. Late night, they were open till freaking 4 a.m. or something, maybe all night. So man, top three probably go Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, and then Whataburger.
Yeah, I think if Chick-fil-A was open longer, it would be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't affect my life anymore now. Rich. I'm not.
Yeah.
If by the way, I should preface that if I'm going late night and I'm going fast food, it's either gonna be a McChicken from McDonald's or a cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell.
That's another topic, right?
No, it's a
Because
totally different ballgame because I'm not. Maybe once in a while I'd go to Taco Bell for dinner and grab something, but typically not. Right? That's if 99 times out of 100, I'd take the Chick-fil-A over Taco Bell. But the late night's a whole different ballgame.
yeah, because not every place is open, past 12. But
Exactly.
Taco Bell's one of those places. White Castle's one of those places.
Mm-hmm.
That might be it for fast food. Well, McDonald's.
Yeah.
That might be it as far as open that late. But the late night game is a different ballpark.
It is for sure.
So what do you got for us to drink with this with the risotto?
All right, I know you've been liking these sour beers that we've had on here, and this may be one of the better ones of the year. This is almost like a smoothie. So it's a collaboration, Mortalis Brewing in Avon, just south of Rochester, and then Deciduous Brewing in New Hampshire. We've had a couple of Deciduous beers on here before, but this one, caught my eye, caught a couple of my friends' eyes, so we went up and grabbed some. It's called Lollipop Hydra. So Hydra's basically their style of a fruited smoothie type beer. Lollipop is the deciduous version. So they threw them together. This is a fruited pound cake sour ale, milk sugar, strawberry, lemon, and coconut. And it legit it pours super thick. It is like you're drinking a smoothie, and it does. On the back end, you get the pound cake. The lemon is refreshing. It pours a strawberry pinkish red. Just really good. Probably wouldn't recommend having more than one. They're just they're filling. And it's almost something like I was saying last night, like probably like almost poured over ice. And have it that way, like a type of a drink or something like that, or like a frozen drink kind of thing. It was really good though.
What is it called again?
It's called Lollipop Hydra. But
trying to see if they have this around me.
Oh no, you have to go to the brewery to get it. So I drove up in New Hampshire about an hour and 45 minutes to get it. Got some other stuff too, but yeah, we went and got that Sunday actually.
Oh, nice. Trying to see if they deliver, but
you'd like the label too. It's three dragons, breathing fire.
Oh yeah, I think I found it it's like a black label.
Yep.
And that sounds good. I can go for one of those right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's JD's Brights and Brew. And for this week, I've only checked out it was like 2 movies. I watched Nobody. I didn't like it. It was okay. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was as hype as people were saying it was.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like a lot of people love Bob Odenkirk, and I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard that he was pretty good in it, and I feel like people kind of give him that, I don't know, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, like they just have a thing for Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, it was okay, but I didn't think it was like amazing like how people said it was. I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Tom ain't gonna like that.
Oh well.
Tell him to get on here to defend himself.
So yeah, I don't know. It seemed like one of those wanted movies. Like what's the guy that plays in the Taken movies? What's that guy's name?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Yeah, it seemed like a Liam Neeson movie. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad movie. But I just didn't see the hype that everybody else saw in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched Those That Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
You can skip that one. Sorry. I gave it like a 5.5 out of 10. It was just some. So I don't know if you want to watch it.
I probably won't. No.
Yeah. So it's like this guy has some secrets about people. People don't want the secrets to get out, so they go after him. They kill him, but his son has like the papers that they're gonna release. And then Angelina Jolie bumps into the kid, ends up saving him, from the 2 killers. But I mean, she really didn't do much until like towards the end in terms of saving the kid. It was kind of like one of the other guys that helped out a lot more. And then, so I mean, she's not the only one that's helping the kid. I thought it was gonna be more action. And I felt like the kid should have died like as soon as the movie started, because it was just a lot that was like, okay. I see where this is going. Or okay, he survived that. So I thought that was interesting. And the same thing happened in Nobody too, because he was in the back of a car and a car crashed. He was in the trunk, so I felt like he should have died, but he survived. So I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
But I guess that's just me nitpicking at it. But you can definitely, I would watch Nobody and skip those that wish me dead.
All right. I'm good with that. I can do that.
I know they dropped a new Venom trailer, so I
Mhm.
mean that's gonna be interesting to see when it comes out. And they show some Game of Thrones prequel stuff.
Yeah. What's that? I didn't see that. What is the Game of Thrones prequel?
It's kind of about like the family that had the dragons. I forget their names. It's like pre Game of Thrones, kind of when the Mad King and the dragon family was around.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it's going to show dragons. It looks okay. I mean, they haven't showed like a full trailer, but they're showing like little snippets here and there. But I'm sure people want to eat that up because it's Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see that. And I don't know if you want to get into any East Town talk.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So how are you feeling after the last episode?
Man, it was a little crazy. Like they it's kind of started a little slow and just like some random stuff going on, like the woman, the older woman that died, and her husband apparently had an affair with
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
with Mare's mom. That was pretty funny. Little comic relief to start the show. No, it was a little bit slow to start, and then when they got a hold of the prostitute that gave them the partial plate, and then they were able to start tracking down. And obviously, they get to the one, and the guy's got the Winstons, and shit's about to go down. I felt like it sucks to see Zabel get shot, and him talking about how he's never taken a risk and all this stuff, and coming out telling her that he didn't really solve the case, that it was the dead cop that had the notes that led him to the right person. And he kind of was laying all his cards out on the table, and then that happened to him. Kind of sucked. But how is you see the Winstons, clearly like the guy's acting a little funky. The pipes are rattling like crazy. He claims it's the furnace, but when furnace pipes are banging around like that, it only lasts when that radiator just kicks on. So the fact that they continue to do that, I was like, dude, like, pull out your gun now. Like, what are you doing? Pull out your gun. And obviously waited too long and took a bullet in the head. But yeah, it'll be good. The getting the two girls out, and now it's who killed Aaron now, right?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I think they're gonna think it's him, but come to find out it's not him.
Yeah. I think they'll probably do one of those things where they're like, it was him, and then it's not going to be him. But I think there's a couple interesting stories going on. I think the kid, the boyfriend there,
yeah,
like what's going on with him? There's something weird going on with him and and her best friend, and then the Lori's husband, and just that whole side of the family with Aaron's dad and his brothers, I guess, cousins, whatever they are. What's going on? There's some weird stuff going on there.
Oh yeah, he can't make it any more obvious. He's like, yeah, they're like, didn't she stay at your place for like a few months? No, I think it was a few days. And then he's like, oh yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, leaves a full beer, and obviously, like, Mayor's a cop, so it's like, dude, like, incriminate yourself more. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so she definitely took that beer for DNA.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, I wonder what that story is. Is he like the dad? Is he sleeping with her of the kid? Like, what's going on? I don't know. There's only 2 episodes left. So I feel like they got a lot of these like kind of other storylines going on that they kind of got to clear up. It'd be nice if they clear up. And I don't know if you had a chance to go back and try to pick apart what was in the journal or not.
Oh no, yeah, that I forgot to do that. I wanted to do that. And I feel like that the friend has a lot to hide too. The best friend. Yeah. Because I feel like she's either sleeping with the boyfriend or somebody else she's not supposed to, being that she was on that sex site.
Yep. Yeah, and what it looked like she took a picture or something out of one of the journals. Like what was that? Yeah, just a lot of like small things that you pick up on when you're watching, like what's going on there now.
Yeah, I mean maybe the dad was right because the dad shot the boyfriend.
Yeah, I still don't think it was him. I think he probably has something to do with it or knows what's going on.
Yeah, I don't
Because
understand because I don't understand why they went to take those journals anyway.
yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, we're gonna find out this Sunday. Oh, we got 2 more episodes.
2 more
We're gonna have
episodes.
to find something else.
I'm going Cruel Summer next.
What's that? That's another show.
Yeah,
Where is that? Where is that
I
on?
think it was on Hulu or Netflix. I forget. Oh, Hulu. Yeah, yeah. It looked like a another one of those. What does it say? Yeah, small Texas town. Beautiful, popular teen is abducted, and get into that drama, thriller, mystery. Those are just enthralling, kind of like these like Mare of Easttown, and
Mm-hmm.
those are hot right now. Those mystery dramas, The Undoing, things like that.
I'll definitely add that to the list. Once Mayor's done,
Yep.
and I think that's about it.
All right.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.